So when it comes to, you know, what we're doing is special, okay? Because I know a lot of people have a different perception when it comes to the word success, but everybody should be straight, striving to progress. I think, when it comes to this idea of having a lifestyle and being successful, we get caught up into the materialistic things when really it's a mentality that you really have to have. And so I'm really here to just, share with you some insight, some lessons that I've actually learned over the last 10 years or so. And I was messaging Miss Lorraine, and she shot me a message saying she's much older than I am. Well, I'll put it like this: I look at young and old as a mentality, not an age. So I don't care what age you are, I care about your mentality. How young, how youthful are you when it comes to your mentality? Are you learning? Right? Are you progressing? Are you striving to get better? And so, this environment of the Lifestyle Creators, we welcome you to this call to really share with you a way that you can really strive for success, how you can, really create something of significance. And if you're looking for something new, if you're looking for, you know, you're looking for more time, maybe looking for better income, maybe you're looking for a better environment, maybe you're looking for a better future, but you don't necessarily know how to achieve it. That's okay. Because I was reading a book, and it was talking about how you have to learn to surrender, right? You got to learn how to surrender, being in control of everything. Understand that the how is not your responsibility. Knowing how to do something is not your responsibility. And I'm going to touch on that here shortly. But those of you that don't know who I am, my name is Tier Edwards. I'm from Indianapolis, Indiana, born and raised. My background is in personal training and fitness exercise. I was an athlete majority of all my life. And I'll put it to you like this. I knew that I was destined for more. I just didn't necessarily know what more was available for me to have. But understand that it starts with you first being something, then you doing something, then you having something. So it's first be something, number two, do something, and then number three, have something. And so, Mike, I want everybody on the call, even if you're watching this later on, I want you to focus on what it is that you really want. Okay. I'm here to educate, I'm here to inform, but I'm also here to share with you something that can essentially change the course of your life. Okay. But what I ask you to do is keep an open mind. Why? Because your mind only works when it's open, when it's ready to receive something brand new. You didn't come to this call out of, just thin air. No, there was a purpose. There was a purpose of you jumping on this call, Theo. There was a reason that you attracted this call. So I'll put it to you like this. What is success to you? Okay, maybe you can put it inside the chat, but I'm gonna give you a few definitions in regards to what success is. And I realized that, in order for you to become successful, you have to think about being successful. Everything starts within the mind. And David, I put it to you like this as well. If I didn't begin to think about having more, I think, when it comes to you having success, success comes from you wanting more. Not more in a sense of greed, more in a sense of experience. What type of experiences do you want to have? What type of lifestyle do you want to gain? Right? And whenever I think about success, I think of a moving target. I think of this life that we have as a highway, right? And on this highway, we have different exits. And with those different exits, takes us to different roads, and those roads will still take us down this journey that we call life. And so here's what it says when it comes to the dictionary, right? The dictionary says success is the accomplishment of an aim or purpose, the achievement of a desired goal. A desired goal. Earl Nightingale said that it is the progressive realization of a worthy ideal. So back to what I was saying, it is a moving target. It's something that is like a fire in your belly, as my boy David would always say. Man, you got to have that fire in your belly, man. Hey, I understand. You ever heard that Rick James song, you know, Fire and Desire? You got to have a fire and a desire to do something that you've never done before. Because that fire is going to keep you moving towards what it is that you really want to achieve. You got to keep moving forward. Because if you don't move forward, guess what? That fire is going to what? Dim down. That fire can be that light, that inspiration. Crystal, you got to realize that you have to surround yourself with individuals that'll keep that fire lit. But the most important thing that I want you to write down is the only person that can keep it lit is you. Because you got to realize, again, success is a moving target. Because once you reach, you know, let's say you achieve a goal, right? In a certain amount of time. And then once you realize, man, I think I can do it, you know, do it a little bit faster. Cool. But in order for you to realize how you can go fast, you got to first do something. So I'll put it to you like this. Here's where you are, but here's where you want to go. Here's where you want to go. But in order for you to get to where you want to go, you have to have a specific, write that down, specific. Guys, this is a conversation. This ain't a presentation. Write this down. You have to have a specific direction. You got to have a specific address that you're going to. But the first thing you got to know is where you are. I often tell people, you know, in order for me to help you, you know, earn what you want to earn or achieve what you want to achieve, I must first know where you are mentally. Not physically, mentally. Because a person that's earning $100,000 a year isn't earning $100,000 a year because they want to. That's because that's all that they are willing to accept mentally. Most people aren't earning $100,000 a month. It's simple because they're not hanging around people that can take them to $100,000 a month. Is this making sense? You got to be very specific. I love what Reverend Ike would always say. You have to define and declare what it is that you want. Define, meaning be specific. Do not generalize on what it is that you want. If you're saying trillions, how many trillions? Again, be very specific. And then think from that goal. Hey, this is where I want to go, but this is where I'm at. What do I need to do to get right there? Well, the first step is go down this street. Because if my goal, let's say, for example, let's say I'm right here, $100,000, $200,000 a year mentally. That's where I'm at. And I don't say money is you know success. I would say that money is Money is a measurement of your success. Money is a measurement of your growth. So again, let's say I'm at 200, 250 mentally, but I want to do $1 trillion. What's the first step? Well, let's go ahead and hit this million first. What's here? How do I do that? I don't know. Take the first step. You got to take the first step. You know the problem with most people when it comes to success? They're trying to figure things out before they go and actually do it. That's stopping you from achieving your goal faster. You know why kids have major breakthroughs consistently? Is because they don't know what they don't know. But you know what they're not afraid of? They're not afraid of failing to figure out how it works. Who am I talking to? Most adults are not scared of the dark. They're typically afraid of the light that they've created themselves. That's pretty sad. So here's what I want to do. I want to talk to you about mindset. Can I talk to you about mindset for a little bit? I mean, this is a mindset call. You know, no opportunity, really share within this. But everything that we've experienced in this life, we've learned. How do we learn it? Through actions. Actions. One of my great mentors, his name is Chris. And this guy, he's a country guy, love him to death, from Kentucky. And I remember, we were at an event and he would always say, Tier, most people are looking for answers when really they should be looking for people. And I relate to that so much because I didn't have the answers. I didn't know what the answers were, but I knew if I found people would give me an example. Give me their answer by being an example. Write that down. Find people as an answer, and their answer will be an example of how they live. We often say, do what people do, say what they say, you get what they get every single time. So if you want to produce trillions, find somebody who's already done it. Or find somebody who's very close to doing it. Because again, at the end of the day, I'm not saying that you can't do it. What I'm saying is it's not probable if you haven't been around people or listening to people on a consistent basis that will help you to do that. I believe anything is possible, but action makes it probable. So when it comes down to mindset, you got to understand that when it comes to our self-image, how we perceive ourselves, how we do certain things, how we think of ourselves, how do we perceive our environment, will dictate the type of person that we're going to be. Do you know that your self-image wasn't formed by you originally? What's here? How was it formed? By your environment. Because when you were a baby, all the way up to about 10 to about 18 years, 10 to 18 years of age, your environment has been programming you environmentally. The people, the associations that you have, the habits that you have today, the way that you speak, the way that you eat, the foods that you eat, the things that you drink, the things that you listen to, the way that you speak, the clothes that you wear is based upon your environment. They have influenced you to live the life that you are living today. When you like to take control of your lifestyle, when you like to take control of your time, when you like to take control of your income, when you like to take control of your whole life, your future, in order for you to do that, you got to change your self-image. And I got something for you. Until I found the proper information, because I realized that I was trying to change something that I couldn't change. And I often talk about, and I had a conversation with my parent earlier this week in regards to what I said on the Top Gun Spotlight. I'm here to change myself first. I'm here to make sure that I get results first. Why? Because I can't sell a dream if I'm looking like a nightmare. My family, they were living this false image of success. Go to school, get good grades, get a good paying job. I grew up in a Catholic school majority of my life. And I kept fighting, why am I going to this school? I'm not learning anything. I'm not gaining any information. I'm not gaining any true awareness from this information. The environment, I don't like the environment. So, that's a distraction in itself. And I just kept thinking, why the hell, excuse my French, y'all, why the hell am I going to this school? School is stupid. This is me at a very young age, just thinking, why am I coming here? I'm not gaining anything from this. My thought process, my perception of the formal education was pointless. It's not teaching me anything. I'm not learning. You know what I was learning? Stress, poverty, ignorance. How was I learning that? Based upon the people that I was, surrounded by. So when you find something new, don't reject the idea. Like the information I'm giving to you, maybe, you've heard this before. But I put it to you like this. Take it from a different mentality. Take it from a different perspective. Some of you may have done great in school. You may be smarter, smarter than me. But I put it like this. Are your habits better than mine? Are you producing something? Because like what Yannick just said, repetition is the key. Understand that repetition can create a habit, and a habit will create a lifestyle. You got to change your habits. You got to change your lifestyle. Never change things by fighting existing reality. To change something, build a new model that makes the existing model obsolete. So I'll give you an example. You cannot outperform your own self-image to be or do the things that you really want to do. And understand that we don't deviate from those habits unless you create new ones. I'll share with you this. I was in an environment of individuals that did not value their health. Everybody put the word value inside the chat, because I'm a firm believer that health is wealth. And if you don't take care of your health, you'll never have the financial, materialistic wealth. You have to take care of your health. What good is there if you have a lot of money in the bank and you cannot use it if you're sitting at on your deathbed? So one thing at a very young age, I realized, Andy, that I'm going to value my health. Now, this is me in high school. In high school, I was required to, because I was an athlete, I was required to lift weights in our physical education class. And Lena, that has developed such a huge confidence in myself, character, and habits, healthy habits that I have now, today, continued. Where I was in an environment when I was growing up where people would eat pork. No against anybody that eats pork. But if you do your research, you will understand why you shouldn't eat it. Again, I am a healthy person. I'm not a vegan. I'm healthy. It starts within the mind. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to keep repeating this. It starts within the mind. So Caroline, what did I do? I continue to realize and study my body, how it reacted. But I understand that I had to go through a lot of stress in order for me to gain strength. Guys, if you want to become successful, you got to go through stress. You got to go through stress. Everybody put the word stress inside the chat. Because if you don't go through stress, guess what's going to happen? Life will run all over you. That's 275 pounds that's on that barbell. 275 pounds. I'm doing that. I think that was my junior year. And I'm repping it 10, 15 times. I was one of the strongest people in my class. How did that happen? Because I valued my body. But as we're talking about success, I realized that with success, you have to go through large amounts of stress. If you allow that large amount of stress to stop you from progressing, you'll never really succeed. Because during those times, I failed a lot. Everybody put the word fail inside the chat. Fail. Guys, I didn't start really lifting weights until I was about 14 and a half. But I've been doing push-ups, I've been doing squats, I've been doing jumping jacks majority of my life. Do I always want to work out? No. But here's a hint. Successful people make a decision to do things that they don't like doing, and they make a habit of doing it. While unsuccessful people allow their emotions to stop them from doing things that they don't want to do, even when they know the benefit of that activity. Who am I talking to today? Am I talking to you? Yes, you, right there. Am I talking to you? Because there's some habits right now, there's some things, there's some thoughts, there's some ideas that come in your mind that stops you from growing. It stops you from succeeding. So you know what I've done? I made a habit of investing into my health, investing into my body. And so with that environment, I mean, with me, having that habit, Angelica, I want you to look at this. You see these guys back here? I was looking at this picture earlier as I was making the slides. They're watching me. He's watching me. Of course, he has to watch me. He has to spot me. He has to be there to support me. When it comes to your success, do you have somebody that's spotting you? This is good. are the people around you just watching you do things, watching you grow while they're staying the same. Ooh, who am I talking to? Do you have supporters or do you have spectators? Whatever the answer is, understand that the supporters are the ones that you need to focus on the most. Excuse me. Because the supporters are going to tell you, you got this. And even if you fail, I got your back. I got your back. Go ahead and attempt it. Do it. You can do it. They're enforcing in your mind that you have the ability to do whatever you put your mind on. How many of you would like more supporters in your life? Right? Because of the supporters that I've had in my life, I've been able to develop more muscles. Not the physical ones, the mental ones. The supporters should be in your environment. What type of environment are you in right now for you to become successful? Successful, full of success. Environment. A lot of you do not know this, but environment is what's hurting you. It's what's hurting you. I literally had a reading this morning in regards to shifting my environment. Because if you don't shift your environment, you're going to be stuck. You're going to be stuck in a prison and you don't know that you're in one. What's here? What's the prison? Comfort. Comfort. Write that down. Comfort is the prison. Your environment keeps you comfortable unless you change your environment. Guys, I'll put it to you like this. Years ago, I stepped into, my gym. And in that gym, I realized that it was a business. It was a business. And in that business, you set goals. There was quotas that you had to, obtain. Because guys, my background is in personal training and fitness exercise. I managed a few gyms here in the US. And I started, very small, very little understanding. I didn't know how the business ran. But what did I do? I learned. But as you're in this environment, you realize the type of people that's in this environment. I love what it says on this picture. Proud, but never satisfied. Are you in an environment that's satisfied all the time? Are you in an environment that's constantly growing, but proud of where they've come? Because during this thing that we call life, you should always see the progression. You should always see how far you have come. Do you have days on something like let's say certain months or certain days out of the week where you reflect a little bit? Sundays are my days. I take this time to reflect on how far I've come. And I put it to you in a message to where you can see, man, I have come a long way. I have done some phenomenal things. but I want something more. Everybody put word more inside the chat. I just want something more. Realize this. If anybody chastises you or laughs at you or diminishes that you want more, that's not a friend. That's an enemy. Tia, why do you say they're an enemy? They don't want to see you grow. They don't want to help you grow. They want to keep you the same. Like, for example, my family would tell you all day, every day, hey, I want to see you succeed. But they won't be there to help me succeed. Why? Because if I succeed, that forces them to have to change and succeed with me. And you know what's going to happen? They're going to resent me. They're going to hate me. They're going to talk bad about me. Not because, they want to, it's because I'm forcing them to change when they have not made the decision to change. Oh, this is some good stuff. Right, Andy, it's time for some new friends. So why is it so easy for me to connect with people in the gym, Sharon? Is because I know I'm in an environment where people want to grow, people want to develop, people want to improve, people want to progress. What are they progressing? Their lives. Their lives. Are you surrounding yourself with people that are improving their lives? Both mentally, physically, financially, environmentally. Are you in the environment? Because when you go into a gym, what do? Well, typically when you first get into a gym, Daniel, if you've never been in one, I remember when I first went into a gym my first time, I knew for sure I didn't know everything. That's the first and foremost. I had no clue what the hell I was going to do in the gym. But you know what I did? I leaned not on my own understanding. I lean not on my own understanding. Man, this is right on point, man. Because I realized in order for me to succeed in this environment, I had to first to learn. I had to learn first. You got to let go of what you know to find out what ain't so. Because the things that you know will lead you to understanding that what you know isn't what's so. What do you mean by that? Well, that whole idea of go to school, get your grades, get a good paying job, that isn't a way to guarantee success. Quite frankly, I don't know why they call it the secret to success. There's no secret about it. Doesn't make sense. But you know what I love about going into the gym? You're in an environment where people are actually focused on growing. But not only that, if they see somebody that needs help, if you see somebody that needs help, guess what they're going to do? Come and help you. They're going to come and help you. So I remember the first time I went into the gym, I was in high school. I think you guys out in the UK or, different parts of the world call it college. During that time, I had no clue what I was doing. Guess what I was doing? I was doing what my coach told me to do. What's the coach? The mentor. Those of you that go into, the gym at a later age, you find a trainer. The trainer is your coach. How many of you have went to the gym or going to a gym right now and you can agree to this experience? Put me inside the chat. I want to know who I'm talking to. Because the whole responsibility of the job of the trainer or the coach is to help develop you based on their experience, their knowledge. They are there to support you on your journey for growth. God, this is good. So like I was saying, you being in an environment of people that want to see you grow. August 12th of 2016, I made the decision to invest into myself. And when I decided to invest into myself, I happened to get mentors like Mr. John C. Maxwell. Now, I didn't get to, be mentored by him personally, but I was able to take his information from his books while he, pretty much mentors me that way. Because if you can't get in contact with your mentor, get their content. But understand this, contact is better. This was actually after my first convention with my mentor, Mr. Darren Gibson, and at that time, Mrs. Proctor. And we had just came back from our convention, had a wonderful time there. This was literally probably like 10 or 15 days after I quit my job. And I was full throttle with my online business. And so Mr. Gibson said, hey, I've been invited to go see John Maxwell. I'm like, who is John C. Maxwell? He said, you never heard of John C. Maxwell? I said, no, who was that? He said, leadership guru? No, who was that? He said, don't worry about it. I'm going to bring you with me. All right, cool. What do? We drive to Atlanta. I get to meet a lot of 6, 7, 8, 9-figure income earners. And I'm just like, wow, these people are just like me. They came from same backgrounds just like me. They're wealthy, but they act like normal people. Wow. Guess what? I was in an environment of growth. And with that, it led me to meeting Mr. Bob Proctor. Now, I had always been, connected with his wife at that time. I had no clue who Bob Proctor was at the time. If you know who Bob Proctor is, put Bob Proctor inside the chat. I never heard of the movie The Secret, never heard of, Law of Attraction, none of that other stuff. Quite frankly, I was like Bob. I had never read in a book in my life. But you ask me 6, 7 years later, I got nothing but books around me. I got nothing but books around me. But August 12th of 2016, I had actually met this gentleman on a 70-inch flat screen TV at my mentor, Darren Gibson's house. And he said something to me that made me realize that I need to invest into myself more. But here's what he told me, and I want you to write this down as well. How much ever I invest into myself will determine how much I value myself. My question to you is, how much do you value yourself? How much have you invested into your goals this year? My goal is this. My goal is that. Okay, great. Show me your banking account. Show me your bank statements. Let me see how much money you have been investing into your goal, into your future. Where do you spend majority of your time? Oh, it's a wish. This whole thing about success, it's a wish to you. It's not a dream, it's a wish. It's wishful thinking, meaning there is no fire behind it. I hear a lot of people, man, I want this, I want this. No, you wish for it. Because if you wanted it, you would make the decision to go and get it. Well, I don't know how to get it. So you didn't know how to, ride a bike, but you still learned how to. If you knew that you can do anything or achieve anything, why would you be scared to go out and find out how to do it? There's a lot of things I don't know how to do, but guess what I do? I found out how to do it by taking action. But I also take action based upon the experience of individuals that I'm listening to. So when it comes to your environment, who are you listening to? That's one of the basic laws of success. Who do you listen to? Whoever has your ear has your life. Let me say this. Whoever has your ear has your lifestyle. Life is what everybody has. Style is the way that they live it. Whose lifestyle are you living right now? Are you living mommy and daddy's? Hey, go and get a college degree. Did you get one? No. Why the hell am I going to get one then? You never got one. What's the purpose of it? Getting this piece of paper to let somebody know I know the information? Because I'm going to talk to you about what Mr. Bob Proctor taught me. And hopefully it'll transform your life as well. And as I got to meet Mr. John C. Maxwell, I got to meet some other GOATs as well. I got to meet my mentor today, Mr. Holton Buggs. If he's not a billionaire, he's on his way to being a billionaire. He's very close. Why? Because he's not only rich by what he does, he's rich because he enriches other people. Who are you around that's enriching you? They're pouring into you. They're pouring into you, Andy, because you're doing something progressive, productive. And you know what those people want to do? They want to continue to pour into you. But they don't just call you and say, hey, I want you to come down to Miami. No, you have to show and tell. Too many people are just trying to tell and not show. So I'm going to share with you something. I want you to understand that you have a marvelous mind. And it's cut up into two ways. The conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Now, where you originate your thoughts and your ideas is in the conscious mind. That's the knowing mind. That's the mind that allows you to collect information. That's where you're able to store information. The knowing mind is not the doing mind. The doing mind is the subconscious mind. That's the mind that creates the feelings. That's the doing. Why do you say that's the doing? Because you only get in life what you picture, not what you want. Whatever you want in this life has to have a desire, has to have a fire that you love. With that fire, guess what you're going to do with that fire? You're going to move. Ideas flow from the conscious mind to the subconscious mind. How does the ideas or the thoughts go into the conscious mind? Through repetition. then through repetition of the same idea or thought, you impress it through the emotional mind, the subconscious mind. And you eternalize it. You put some energy around it. You clothe it with feelings. And those feelings will move down towards your body for you to move in action. So you don't have to know how to do something. Just know that you're in love with this feeling of the idea already fulfilled, the goal already fulfilled. Fall in love with the idea and then move. And when you move, guess what you're going to get? Results. Awareness, responsibilities, rewards, consciousness. Everything is in proportion to the degree of your consciousness, your attention. So right now, what I want you to do is create a picture of your vision. What's your vision? How do you want to live? Because I put it like this, like it says in the Bible. Write the vision down, make it plain, so that way anybody that sees it or hears it, they'll run to it. But you got to be, again, you have to define and you have to declare, meaning you have to accept that that idea, that feeling, that thought is yours. Do you know what your vision is? Do you know what your purpose is right now? Because like it says in the Bible, where there is no vision, people perish. But I share with you this, where there is a vision, people will prosper. Guys, if I didn't fall in love with the energy of the room, August 12th of 2016, this was at my mentor's home in Indianapolis, Indiana. I had just met with him. He was 25 at that time. He was making some pretty good income, had his own home. And just living a different lifestyle. I didn't know what he was doing, but I knew that he was doing something different. Because I realized that he had a vision. And the vision is a part of the purpose. They're completely separate, but they're aligned together. The purpose is your reason for doing what you're doing. The vision is a picture of how you're doing it. Ooh, this is some good stuff. Because too many people are caught up with the difference between the mission and the method. Use the vision for the mission. Don't use the vision with a method, because methods change, but the vision will always lead to the mission. What's the mission? The purpose. The purpose is how you live, Caroline. The purpose is the impact that you're going to have. So when I look at this picture, Darren had no clue the type of impact that he had. He didn't know the impact that he had already had on me at that time. But you know what I did? I made the decision, which led towards me taking action on the vision that he created. I didn't have the vision at first. But over time, over repetition, over being in the right environment of winners, being around successful people, I created a vision for myself. And when I created that vision, I started to attract people into my life. People that I could help, people that I could help, grow in a major way. Just like Mr. Gibson did with me. Started to change my story, started to change the way that I perceive myself, started to change the way that I communicated with other people. And you know what happened? I ended up building a global organization. Why? Because I had a vision. I still have a vision to impact the lives of 100 million people where they're living a lifestyle where they can create a wonderful and prosperous life where they can be mentally, physically, and financially free of pain. What is your vision? Guys, if you would have told me in this picture that I will have business all across the globe, speaking on stage with thousands of people across the globe in different countries, I probably would have laughed at you. I'm like, man, bro, you lying, man. I wouldn't have believed you. But you know what I could believe? I could believe the actions that was necessary for me to take to get over here. Because not only me making the decision impacted my life, other people in this picture, lives were changed as well. If you've benefited from my vision, put vision inside the chat. Because I'm not here to boast and brag about myself. I'm here to just share with you and incite you that you can do the same thing. Quite frankly, I'm offering my services, my mentorship, my experience to help you do that. But you got to understand that success requires change. That's all success really needs, is for you to change. And you change by taking action. So many people are caught up with how to do something when all they have to do is just do something. I love what Eric Thomas says. He said, you don't have to do anything, but you do need to do something. I'm going to say that again. You don't have to do anything, but you have to do something. Because majority of the action that you have to take is 95% mental and 5% physical. Now, the physical is where you're going to have to put in the work. You're going to have to move your mouth. You're going to have to move your feet. You got to take the first step. You got to press that button of the floor that you want to enter. So I'm going to share this and I'm going to, come to a conclusion soon. But understand that when you succeed, you have growth. Growth is the process of development and maturing. The process of increasing. What are you increasing? Your awareness, your consciousness, your confidence. Because if you don't do anything, guess what's going to happen? It's going to diminish. But you change your actions. Understand that you changing your actions is going to cause you to be uncomfortable. It's going to get uncomfortable. Understand that uncomfortability is not dangerous. It's just different. And what we do, how we live, is just different from the mediocre thinking people. Because none of you on this on this call, is mediocre. None of you. You've just been programmed by mediocre thinking people. So the first thing you need to do is change who you listen to. something that helped me out in a major way to change my perception of myself, my self-image, was changing who I listened to. Then number two, changing my attire, changing how I dress. Because in that previous picture, all I used to do was wear sweatshirts, sweatpants, shorts, tennis shoes. I never really dressed up. Why? I had no purpose to. I had no reason. Not only did I change what I wore, but I changed what I listened to. Instead of me listening to music all the time, I started to listening to personal development programs. I started to listen to information, books, documentaries. Why? Because I started to learn more about me. Started to learn more about me. And as I did that, I started to change my environment. Like right now, I'm actually in the process of moving. I'm in the process of moving. Packing up some stuff and getting up out of here. Why? Once you got into a point where you're in an environment that's not conducive to your growth, it's time for you to move. Same thing with the people. But understand this, getting going is different from getting ready. What's the difference? Action. Excuse me. Action is the difference. Action is the difference. Because getting going gets you closer to your goal. Getting ready only stalls you from getting to your goal. That's just like if I tell you, hey, let's drive and go to downtown. Let's go to Bakersfield. Let's go get some tacos. Let's go, not let's plan. Action is the difference. What's the first action you're going to do? Well, hopefully you're going to grab your keys. Then after you get your keys, you're going to unlock the door. Then after you unlock the door, you're going to open the door up. Then once you open the door, you're going to put your key in your ignition. Now, sometimes, you got a lot of people, they got, the press the start button. Cool. Press the brake, then you start the button. But the most important thing is you have to get into the vehicle. You got to get into the vehicle. You got to get into the vehicle. The vehicle is going to get you to your goal. Let me ask you this. How many of you right now are looking for something new? Okay. Put new inside the chat if you're looking for something new, meaning you're looking for a way to, achieve financial success, financial freedom, financial independence, time freedom, time independence, right? If that's me, put me inside the chat. Okay, I'm coming to a conclusion. Good. I want you to realize this. Whoever invited you to this call is a part of a system. I'm not going to go into the, the whole deal of, iBoomerang and what we offer, but understand that we have a system. We have a vehicle that's going to help you achieve the success that you want. But what you've been introduced to is the community. And with the community, you also have a mentorship program. Because I often tell people, if you're going to be in business, if you ever do anything, make sure that you have a mentor. Make sure that you have somebody that can be a cheat code to your success. It's not about what you do, but who you do things with. But understand that we have a system, and this system has allowed a lot of people to gain success in a very short period of time. And not only that, if you're wanting to have more financial independence, we have an asset club. Because I realize that a lot of people do not know that the banks are not your friend. And I want to help you turn your annual income into a monthly, or if not weekly or daily income. The only reason why you're not doing it is because you're not a part of a system and a community and a vehicle to help you to do that. And if you're looking for that type of opportunity, put looking inside the chat. I want to know who I'm talking to. If you're looking for that type of thing, put looking inside the chat. Because I realize that there's a lot of people that are looking for things and they're not finding it. They're not finding it because they're not aware of what an opportunity or the right vehicle is. The only thing that you really need to understand is, Angelica, is that you're going to make a decision and you're going to follow it. Because your life will only change when you become more committed. Everybody put the word committed. Those of you that say that you're looking, I want to know if you're committed. Okay? I want to know if you're committed, because success starts with a decision. Success requires a decision to get out of your comfort zone. You know what I call your comfort zone? The prison zone. It's time to get out the prison. It's time for you to start to really live freely. It's time for you to become limitless. So here's what I want you to do. Those of you that are looking, those of you that are committed, I want you to, matter of fact, if you're watching this right now, I want you to get on your Instagram, your social media, and I want you to tag me right now. Okay? I want you to share this with people that's on your social media and let them know what you've learned from this. Maybe put a quote on there, right? I'm not doing this for me. I'm doing this for you. Because this is your declaration. This is your test to see how committed you are to succeeding. Make a boomerang, make a story, take a screenshot, whatever you got to do. But I want you to commit to getting started today. Whoever invited you to this call, I want you to get back with them. Let them know what your goal is. They'll help you create a plan. And with that plan, we're going to take action. Take action on what? Your goals, your success. But I'm going to tell you like this. We don't have time to waste. Tell us yes, tell us no, tell us fast. Marlito, we got to go. And I don't mean go as in just go out. No, we have a goal. Goal means go out and live. And our goal is to help other people live a better lifestyle. So if that's you and you're committed, those of you that are new, that's saying that you're committed, I want you to put committed and that you're starting today. You know what now means? Now means no opportunity wasting. Don't waste this opportunity. Here, I don't know everything. That's good. I didn't know everything either. I made the decision. And anything that followed the decision, it's done. All you have to do is make the decision. If you're already a part of our community and you're not on first class or even a star achiever, Get there, get it done today. Get it done today. Because if you knew what I knew, you would be there. If you knew what we're about to do next month, you would be there. You would do it. I hope I brought some value to you today. What I would say is get back with the person invited to this call. Those of you that get started today, I want you to message me and let me know what you learned from this call. Let me know your goal and that you're committed. Everybody got those 3 things down? Let me know what you learned. Let me know that you got started. And let me know that you're committed. I hope I brought some value to you today. What I would say is get back with a person who invited you to this call and let's take action. Lorraine, E, see you at the top. Boom.